World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated again after President Donald Trump issued fresh threats that risk derailing ongoing diplomatic efforts. As reported by CNN, the remarks came just as U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance was reportedly engaged in a mission aimed at improving relations with Tehran. Sources say the comments disrupted talks in Switzerland, with Iran now appearing to pull back from negotiations involving U.S., Pakistani, and Qatari mediators. Iran's lead negotiator warned that its military is prepared to respond if provoked, underscoring the fragile state of discussions. While talks are said to be stalled, back-channel efforts are continuing in hopes of bringing both sides back to the table. The situation remains tense, with both countries exchanging warnings and the risk of renewed conflict growing amid disputes over regional security and key shipping routes. In other news overseas, Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem says Israeli forces should not remain in Lebanon, pushing back against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's statement that troops would stay as long as needed. In a televised address, the CNN reports, Qassem insisted Israel would not be able to maintain its presence, warning that Hezbollah is prepared to defend itself. His remarks come despite a U.S.-Iran understanding aimed at ending hostilities in Lebanon as clashes between Israeli troops and Hezbollah fighters continue. Qassem emphasized that the group remains committed to a full ceasefire but accused Israel of ongoing violations. He warned that any breach of the agreement would be met with a direct response from Hezbollah. The comments highlight ongoing tensions and the fragile state of efforts to halt the fighting. And finally, a new analysis from the Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates the Iran war has cost the U.S. Department of Defense about $40 billion so far. According to CNN, the figure includes spending on munitions, damaged equipment, and base repairs, but does not account for routine operational costs already built into the military's more than $1 trillion budget. Other federal agencies, including U.S. Homeland Security and Veterans Affairs, have reportedly spent an additional $1 billion combined. The economic impact is also being felt by consumers, with gas prices climbing from under $3 a gallon to over $4 during much of the conflict. Analysts say American households have spent an average of $253 more on energy due to the war as global oil supply dropped sharply. Rising energy costs have pushed inflation about 4%, outpacing wage growth and effectively eroding recent pay increases for many Americans. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World